Hi guys, welcome back to Silvia driving video part 2. Sorry that the last part of the video kind of ended a bit abruptly. It's because this is the joy of having an old car like Silvia and Owen. I'm here just doing this video, just recording, just about to finish the video, and this guy pulls up at the side of me. I don't know if you heard the pip on the video, you probably will do. And he gets talking to me about Silvia, like, oh, nice car, will you sell it? Will you sell it? And at first he says, oh, the Astra, will you sell the Astra? And I'm like, Astra? He says, oh, no, not Astra, Belmont. I says, oh, no, not Belmont, Cavalier, good car. He says, would you sell it? And I had to say to him, no, I've had it 11 years, not selling, keeping forever. So, but it is something that happens a lot. People are always asking if you'll sell your car. And it's obviously something you don't get with newer cars unless it's something quite special and rare and unique. But with these older cars like these older classics and retros, you get people all the time asking you about the car and asking you if you'd sell it. One of the things though is you quite often get people who think you can still buy these for 200 quid, 200 pounds, you know. I mean, obviously back in the day you could pick up Mark II Cavaliers like this, you know, for like 100 quid, couple of 100 quid. But these days, you know, for something like this in this kind of condition, you're looking 2.5, 3.5, 4, and you can pretty much ask what you want if it's a pretty nice original one, especially like SRIs. I mean, SRIs are crazy money. SRIs are like just crazy, and people just still think you can pick them up for £1,000 or 1,500 quid or a couple of grand. And obviously then people are gravely mistaken, because you just can't pick them up for that kind of money anymore. I mean, I wish you could. I really wish you could still pick up a decent SRI for £1,000 or 1,500 quid, because I'd go out and buy one, you know what I mean? But you can't even get a decent condition, bottom of the range poverty spec one for £1,000, not in good working order, not with an MOT, not with, you know, half decent bodywork. What's this idiot doing here? Why do people do stuff like that? Let's just drive off onto the wrong side of the road with the lights still on with no indicators. I do really wonder what people think of. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is Silvia driving video part 2. Part 1 was basically me just driving to one of the local shops, and this is part 2, me driving back from one of the local shops. So just put my foot down a little bit. So yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, Silvia is a 1.8 injection GLSI saloon. I don't know the exact numbers, but the last time we were looking, we believe that there's only 3, maybe 4 of these still in existence of this particular model and spec. I mean, to be fair, I only actually know of 2 1.8 GLSI saloons in this late model spec. I do know of a 2 litre GLSI, but I only know of 2 1.8s. This one, and the other one is a Helios Blue, which is a silver blue, which this often gets mistaken for. Because in certain lights this does look a little bit blue, but it's just reflection. You know, if it's take a photo of this on a sunny day, you get the reflection of the blue sky. It does look a little bit blue. It's an easy mistake to make. I've done it myself. But Helios Blue is a more definite blue. But on some photos, Helios Blue looks silver. so it's very, very easy to mix the two up. But as I say, this particular model, this particular spec, as far as I know, there's only maybe 2 left on the road. So it's an extremely rare model, extremely rare spec. I think, you know, it's funny, when we used to go to car shows, like Billing, as it was called, which is the VBOA show, nearly every single car on display was an SRI, and there was very, very few models other than SRIs on display, because SRIs seemed to be the one model that everybody wanted, that everybody saved. So SRIs and the Caliber, which is based on the SRI 130, were the models that generally got more looked after, and as I say, you used to go to car shows like Billing, the VBOA show, and nearly every car on display was an SRI. But I noticed that this last summer, this year's show, every single model was anything other than an SRI. During the weekend, we had one Ascona SRE, which is obviously the Opel equivalent of the Cavalier SRI, and then we had my mate Paul. He came from one of the other stands in his SRI mid-spec, and he put his SRI on our display for one afternoon. So there was his SRI, but he wasn't actually with us, with our club. He just brought his car on for the afternoon, and we had the Ascona SRE, and that was it. Every other car on display was an L, an LX, an LXI, a GL, an L, but no SRIs. The only other two were a couple of Calibers. We did have a couple of Calibers. My friend Mike, he had his Caliber, and my friends Alan and Joe, they always take their Caliber. But as I say, previous years it used to be SRI, SRI, SRI. Car after car after car were SRIs, and it was actually quite rare to see a different model. We did have some. Obviously, we had Calibers, and we had LXIs, and we had GLs, and obviously Silvia was there many years as a GLSI. But sometimes you know, if I look back at my old photos, they were all SRIs, bar maybe 2 cars. It's like at the 40th anniversary, out of like 40 cars that we had on display, there were probably like 30 of them were SRIs, and the other 10 were something different. So it's kind of weird how more and more people seem to be investing time and money into the more basic models, whereas in the past people didn't really invest the time or the money or the effort into the lower spec models. So, you know, a lot of the lower spec ones just got used for parts, for repairing SRIs or repairing Calibers. You know, they just got used as parts cars, as donors. So it is nice that more basic spec models are more and more becoming saved and restored, and people are spending a decent amount of money on them. I do tend to talk quite a lot on these videos, don't I? randomly chatting away, giving myself a bit of a sore throat actually talking as much as I am doing. So we've got roadworks around here still. I ain't done a driving video around this area for a while. Still trying to work out what they're actually building here. I don't know if it's like a big new industrial estate, or they did talk about years ago building a new motorway services just here at this junction. I'm just near junction 36 of the M1, which is the nearest junction to where I am at the north of Sheffield, right on the border with Barnsley. I'm actually, strictly speaking, I suppose I'm in Barnsley now, just at a place called Hoyland Common. Road ahead closed. Oh, that's the road I was going to go down. It's still closed. It's a nice little country lane that as well. It's a good little lane to do a driving video down, but it is actually still closed, so I'll have to not go that way. One of the things I do like about Silvia having a standard exhaust is that, because she is quite a nippy car. Alright, you won't say that she was fast, not by modern day hot hatch standards that, you know, can go 0 to 60 in, you know, 5 seconds or whatever, 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds, stupid, daft performance figures. But she's nippy, you know. She catches a lot of more modern cars out by surprise, because a lot of people, like at traffic lights and things, will they'll pull up next to me in the lane at the side of me expecting to overtake me, and then I put my foot down and leave them for dead, and it tends to surprise quite a lot of people just how nippy she is. It's like here, just going around this roundabout, that's roughly 45, and I could go faster if I'd got decent tyres. You know what I mean? She does surprise a lot of people with how nippy she is, and how well she handles as well. Like there, I just left that Beamer for dead. I don't think they were particularly trying mine, but in fact, one thing I'm going to do while I'm doing a driving video is I'm going to go down this little back country lane, because I ain't been down this back country lane in Silvia for ages. But what I'm going to do, because this video is quite long, is I'm actually going to do a part 3. So I'm actually going to end the video here, and you'll have to come back for part 3 to see the video of me driving down this country lane. Alright then guys, so I'll see you in part 3. Thanks for watching.